Hey guys, Civilord here, back again with another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Target exclusive OGism. Kinda, sorta. Wasn't that hard to get, really. Orion from the New Gods. This, of course, brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys and the Target app, because my store actually had this guy, but I got him and Wildcat off the app and got free shipping. And just like I said in the Wildcat video, friend of the channel, Evil Villain, his girlfriend's actually the one that sent me the links for these, so shout out to Miss Villain for helping your boy out with all of that. But with all that being said, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Orion has to offer in terms of accessories, because he actually has one that's like a big deal, and it's his apparatus thingy. It's a little tricky to get on, not gonna lie. Be mindful of the handles. You don't want to snap those off. They are kind of hard. So that said, I don't think there's any articulation on this thing. I think it is what it is. But it is made out of PVC, so it's got some give to it. See, it does flex a bit, but again, it's pretty rigid, so be careful when you're putting it on. It's not like super fragile or anything. Not like old McFarlane stuff, like freaking Spawn figures I used to review. Not the new ones, the ones from like 30 years ago. So, you know, keep that in mind. That said, we do have his collectible trading card with some info on the back. And just like Wildcat, he's got like stats, like his first appearance and base of operations, all that good stuff. Long story short, he is the son, I believe, of Darkseid, friend of the channel. No, just kidding. And in Justice League Unlimited, he was voiced by Mr. Ron Perlman of Hellboy and Slade from Teen Titans fame. In that infamous episode where Orion and Batman teamed up with the Flash to fight the Flash, like, rogues gallery, he almost broke the Trickster's jaw, which makes me sad because this guy does not have fist hands. That said, if you have Commander Steel, this guy has the same arms, I believe. The Speeding Bullets Batman arms. And you might be able to swap the hands from Commander Steel onto this guy if you wanted to give him some fists. That said, I'm not 100% sure if Commander Steel is a shinier figure on the hands or not. I know his bodysuit is relatively shiny, but I don't know about the rest of him. So, before we take a closer look at him, speaking of the same body, here's Wildcat, we looked at earlier. Check that review out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. And what a badass couple of Target exclusives these guys are. I really like these two. Really takes me back to the Mattel DC Classics days, even though I don't have these two in DC Classics, and that's my own damn fault because Orion was not expensive for the longest time, and I needed the Metamorpho leg anyways. Did I buy him? No. Just like I didn't buy Red Tornado. I talked about that in my Red Tornado video from a year ago, so, you know, do as I say, not as I do. If you are entitled to a trinket, just buy the dang thing. That way you don't have to pay like twice as much for it on the aftermarket. Of course, the Hockey Puck display stand we're using with all McFarlane Toys releases, and here's Orion. I will say, I do kind of prefer the smaller ears on the helmet, or pointy bits, whatever those are. Kind of like the Justice League Unlimited version had, but this is fine. Gets the job done. Other than that, it is basically a classic Orion. Whether you like the seams or not, I'm kind of irrelevant towards them. They don't bother me, really. Just like Wildcat, he's got that one, like, right on his neck. Very interesting. That said, I'm going to have to check that effigy figure now. I know that I got the review going up in a couple of days. I mentioned that in the Wildcat video, but I want to say this is the same torso as effigy. Like, right down to the diaper, maybe. And then this, the arms and the legs, are from that Speeding Bullets Batman. That said, his diaper is lodged into his leg there. See if I can nudge that out. Oh, haven't I? It appears we have a little bit of a snafu there. Yeah, that is wedged in there, buddy. I'm gonna have to work that out. Huh. Let's see, can I get that out now? No, it seems to just want to be stuck in there. Very weird. I'm gonna have to fix that. I didn't notice that before. Maybe it's out. It's just warped, maybe. Either way, the part of his diaper is stuck in his leg. I didn't notice that. But at any rate, as far as his articulation goes, it's the same as Wildcat's because it's the same body. I'll go over it anyways. He can look up pretty well, despite the fact he's got a helmet. Look down. He's got some tilt, rotation. And his head doesn't sit like a foot off his neck. How amazing is that? Shoulders will go out. Unlike Wildcat, he doesn't have the clicky-clicky. Rotate all the way around. He does have the beautiful butterfly. As well as a bicep swivel, double elbow. His double elbows are a little tighter than Wildcat's, I'll give him that. His wrists are on ball hinges, so you can hinge, rotate, and twist. He does have a diaphragm joint. That'll move that far forward, this far back. Did I get Wildcats to move back that far? Oh. I guess I'm just a Nancy boy. I wasn't pushing it enough. I just realized I did not push it back enough in that video. That's very odd. He does have a little bit of tilt. And of course, twist. His twist is a lot tighter than Wildcat's. He's got the tighter of the two, I will say. His waist... Oh, wow. His waist appears to be kind of stuck. There we go. Firmly grasp it. There you go. I got it. I got it. I thought I was going to need to heat that for a minute, but no, it doesn't feel like I'm jacking it up doing that, so that's good. I like this leg here. He can do the splitsies, of course, like any McFarlane can. Gosh, I wish I could get that son of a bitchin' diaper, like, out of his leg. I think it's out of his leg now, but... it's almost there. Gosh. If only I could twist this all the way around. Yeah, he's got a little bit of his diaper stuck in his leg still. That is very weird. That is probably why his thigh cut does not work as well on that side. That would explain a lot. It does work on this side, however. Knees will bend. No cliffs of Dover going on there, unlike the elbows. He's got the ball hinge ankles that will rotate, hinge, and pivot. And he does have a toe joint. So, there is that. I was going to throw his harness thingy on, but I need to get that leg straightened out. So, for sake of time, both for you and me, I'm going to refrain from doing that. Because I need to get that straightened out. Hopefully I don't need to pop them apart to do it. Definitely don't pop the legs off these. Unless you can get it off at the thigh cut, that little thigh quiver there. Do not pop the legs off. You will make the hips loose. And you will have a very, very bad time with your DC Multiverse dollies. That said, I guess, since we're not going to try and throw that apparatus on, why don't we bring in our two regulars here. Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibula. And the infamous Elephant Spawn, who is probably about neck and neck with Orion here, if I'm being honest, which makes sense. If you're wondering how tall he is next to Darkseid, spoiler alert, he is shorter, so, you know, that Darkseid is not the tallest figure ever. I mean, next to Caliban, he's dang near the same size, but as far as Orion and Darkseid is concerned, I think the scale is fine. But with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and much like the Wildcat we looked at earlier today, aside from the sheer lack of any real accessories other than his apparatus thingy here, his collectible trading card, and Hockey Puck display stand we're used to seeing with all McFarlane Toys releases, good old Orion here is just that, a good release. Although I am a bit disappointed that we didn't get an alternate helmet with the shorter pointy bits on it, a la Justice League Unlimited, or some fist hands, because how's he going to break the Trickster's jaw without any fist hands, right? That said, I think the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys did a fine job on not only just Wildcat, but also Orion here. And if you've been hankering for some classic DC Multiverse figures, then these two should suit your fancy. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.